Alright guys, welcome back to round 11 of the F1 2010 career mode. Here for the German Grand Prix at the Hockenheim ring. Another circuit which we haven't seen in a couple of years on the modern F1 calendar. But it's good to be back on it on F1 2010. Of course, it used to be like every other year that we used to run here. Like 2010, 2012, 2014. Of course, the only exception was 2019 with the Mercedes... what was it? 125 year anniversary, something like that. That was a pretty good race. Anyway, I'm rambling on there, but practice I am copying a setup like I've done for the previous couple of races. Last time out in Silverstone, we just missed out on points using Patelli's setup again. So yeah, we're looking to score some points here again in Hockenheim as we get our eye in here and practice like always. Catching up to Tony Lutz. I actually lose the back end there on the exit of turn 9 and I accidentally smash off Rubens Barrichello there. So very sorry about that, but I'm a bit of a noob, especially in practice when I'm trying to get used to the car and the handling model of this game. 119.3. We actually go fastest, so it's going alright as I completely got turn 1 and we finish in P3.
That's a solid third place for the session. Let's move it up a notch for qualifying.
Let's move it up a notch indeed. Let's see if we can gain those two positions. Only 65 thousandths of a second behind the fastest lap there. So that's pretty alright. Into qualifying, turn 1. When you get it right, it actually feels very nice. But it is very easy to get the track limits, of course. Anyway, the first lap here on the option tires. Coming up to the line, it's a 1 minute 18.6. Currently good enough for pole as I once again cut turn 1. You can cut it a little bit, but you can't cut it too much, of course. Improving by 7/10 now in the second lap. I just go off a little bit wide there, just trying to use all the width of the track and a little bit more, which wasn't quite ideal. But I still pushed on and actually managed to still improve the lap time a little bit. And we maintain our position in pole position with a 180.3. Improving by half a second this time, coming through the Mobil 1 corner once again. This time we get it much nicer and I managed to actually stay on the track this time. Sebastian Vettel only a 10 behind as we have yellow flags coming into the stadium section here. There's actually a Renault spun off there, so luckily it was off the track and I was able to press on, still improving to a 1 minute 16.9. That was actually a really nice lap and that was in the end good enough for pole position.
You've achieved all of the goals set for you this session. The boss is pretty pleased with you right now.
So yeah, 1.7 seconds clear of Sebastian Vettel. Fortunately, this game doesn't have the regulations where your lap time gets deleted with yellow flags or anything, so I was able to just push on and didn't lose a lap like I would have in real life.
Well, you've started the season strongly, but you're not the only one showing some good form. I assume, though, that you're hoping to break free of the pack and challenge for the title this year.
Well, we're hoping to break free of the pack in the race, considering we're starting from pole, but I don't think we'll be able to break free of the pack in the championship standings.
Wow, you must be delighted with pole. You've obviously got the car hooked up around here.
Definitely, if you're 1.7 seconds clear of P2, the car's pretty well hooked up.
Is the car delivering everything you'd hoped for this season, or is it falling short of your expectations?
No, it's not falling short. To be honest, we are pretty much where I would have expected to be. We've had a couple of disappointing rounds, but also rounds where I've been better than I expected. So, to be honest, I can't really wish for more. Anyway, let's go into the race. Starting from pole, we've got the Red Bull Vettel alongside us on the front row. Mark Webber on P4 and Sebastian Buemi in 17th.
Just outside the points last time out. Really nice if you could get something here. Try your best for us.
Exactly, we just missed out on points in Silverstone. Let's see if we can get some here in Hockenheim. We should be able to, considering the pace is much better around here as we maintain the lead into turn 1. We actually managed to pull away quite a bit because they're all going side by side behind me and I was able to just get a clean run into turn 1, putting the engine up into fast. So yeah, perfect start of the race. And let's hope we can stay here. Alonso and Vettel behind us, followed by the other Ferrari of Felipe Massa as we cut ahead to lap 2. Coming up towards the Mobil 1 curve. trying to carry the speed as much as possible. I actually carry too much speed and I go off into the gravel. Alonso just passes me there. I'm bogged down in 4th gear and I get smashed into by Felipe Massa, who is also in turn smashed into by Jensen Button. So I'm very, very sorry to those two. I just made a mistake. I should have shifted down further. I just bogged down completely and I just lost all of my drive. And I was pretty lucky to not get a penalty there, but I did drop down to P3 as we start with lap 3. So that is some crucial time lost. And let's hope we can claw that back as we catch up to Sebastian Vettel again in the Red Bull RB6. Closing it up nicely there into turn 3. We will have the slipstream on that superior Red Bull car, but I wasn't able to actually get past him. Onto lap 3, the 3rd attempt here to get the Mobil 1 curve right. Again, I just understeer off the track. I lose it, just about save it. Jensen Button goes past me. This time I didn't actually lose it completely, but it did lose me another position. So I really need to be careful in that corner because it's so easy to just carry the speed and, you know, try to go a little bit too quickly. As also Hamilton passed me on the inside of the final corner there. He tries to defend the inside, we sweep it around the outside. I go off track a little bit there. Tires are wearing off as well. This time, finally just about making the Mobil 1 curve there. Just kept it on the green AstroTurf and didn't hit the gravel. But yeah, 2 pretty costly mistakes, especially that first one. As we close up to Button. Alonso and Vettel actually pulled away a little bit. As Button very weirdly just veers off into the pit lane there. I'm not sure he was able to turn that sharply. Slowing down for the pit lane. I slowed down a little bit too much. I didn't want to get a penalty, of course. I didn't know exactly where the line was. As we slow down for the box, it's pretty busy in the lane. So let's hope we can get a fast pit stop here onto the prime tires. And it's still very, very busy. Senna comes in. Not just yet. Come on, let me go. Let me go. We're just waiting 11, 12 seconds. Oh, that is very, very painful. Down to P19. Yeah, that's a thing left on 2010. The team doesn't like to take any risks in rejoining you unsafely, so they just keep you waiting until everyone has passed by and there's like a 10 car length gap to rejoin into. So yeah, P20, not ideal, behind Timo Glock. So yeah, we are also in traffic as well to make matters worse. Up the inside of the Virgin here, he tries to defend it, but we get through on the Virgin and we squeeze him out a little bit there, but yeah, up to P19 behind. Jana Trulli. Let's hope we can cut through this traffic as much as possible, because of course some drivers are doing the overcut. Hopefully they'll get stuck in traffic as well as we go on the outside of Trulli. Pretty cleanly there actually, but of course that Lotus is pretty slow. Behind the Williams of Nico Hülkenberg, trying to go to the outside here into the Mobil 1 curve, and I just tagged his wheel there. I didn't really leave enough space and I actually spin him off, so very sorry about that. It seems like the Mobil 1 curve is causing a lot of issues for me. As we now cut to lap 6, we gain a few positions back after the other drivers have pitted. We just get the run on Kamui Kobayashi as we dive up the inside of Vitaly Petrov. No, actually it's Robert Kubica. How do I always mix up the runners? I don't know. We push Kubica wide there and we get alongside him here on the back straight, trying to get a bit of a side draft. Rubens Barrichello defends the inside. Let's see if we can actually outbrake the Williams driver as well. Here into the hairpin. And I actually didn't leave the space again and I spun off the other Williams. So I've spun off both Williams cars. So I'm very sorry about that. I can't really seem to get myself away from any incidents. I keep making mistakes, and even in practice I took a Barrichello, didn't I? In this corner even. Anyway, catching up to Hamilton, we also had it coming together with Hamilton in the last round. The Silverstone up the inside into the Mobil curve, and again I have it coming together with Hamilton. I basically squeezed him off the track. Well, I pushed him off the track. But he didn't lose that much time, and also, again, thankfully, sometimes this game can be brutal with penalties, but this time the stewards are being pretty lenient towards me. So, at least we're up to P9. So we are back into the points. Yellow flags. Oh, that's... I think it was Michael Schumacher who will spawn. So, that was pretty close. We just avoided him. Yeah, it was Schumacher. So yeah, that's another free position. Up to P8 as we start with lap 8. Into the hairpin behind the other Mercedes of Nico Rosberg in his own Grand Prix. We get the run there on the inside of turn 4. after P7 behind the Force India of Adrian Sutil. Braking very, very late into turn 9 here. And it turns to the inside, and we also get past on the other German up to P6. So we are making a bit of a comeback after the earlier incident and after that very slow pit stop. Oh, very sideways. Just locked the brakes, managed to save it. I don't know what that accent was. That might sound like a Scottish accent or something. Anyway, lap 10. We are closing up to Mark Webber, so the pace is pretty good. We actually set a new fast lap of the race. You can see Webber lost a lot of time there in turn 1. We just passed him like he's not even there, up to P4. I think that is as far as we're going to get though, since Jenson Button, despite having an incident earlier on, is a lot further up the road as we lose the backhand coming out of turn 3, which is very annoying because that just lost me both those positions again, down to P6. You can see I'm shaking my head there because I was pretty annoyed myself for yet another mistake. Down to 6th place, behind Sutil again. Can we brake late into the hairpin? We can brake later, but not late enough.
Truly's lapping faster than anyone else. He's just put up a new fastest lap.
As Jano Truly puts in a new fast lap, that's pretty surprising. So I actually got my fast lap taken away from me by Truly. As we go on the outside of Sutil, we just clear him into the brake zone. Back up to P5 with 3.5 laps remaining. I tried to catch Sir Webber. I was actually pushing very hard. Again, taking the fastest lap back from Jano Truly. Luckily, I mean, that would have been pretty embarrassing. 118.0, pretty competitive lap. I was really pushing to catch up to Webber. We knew we had the pace because we had pole position, of course, but I just couldn't actually get close to him. Again, I feel like I was struggling a little bit more on the prime tires as well. But yeah, Fernando Alonso leading the way. It's a 2-second gap to Mark Webber. We have pulled away from Nico Rosberg, 4.6 seconds back. But yeah, I just couldn't do anything. I basically ran out of laps to recover from my mistake in turn 3 and catch back up to Mark Webber again. So, but at least, you know, P5, it's actually pretty solid. It is another points finish. I think it is already a few rounds to go since we last finished beside the points. Or actually, no, I think we finished in P9 in Valencia, didn't we? And then P12 in Silverstone. So it is a better result than the previous couple of rounds. And yeah, that's the main thing. We just need those points and the reputation to get ourselves in the picture for next season. Getting all out of shape on the exit of the final corner and crossing the line for 5th place. So yeah, after starting a pole, maybe I was expecting a little bit more, but in the end, it's still a pretty solid result.
Yes, that's 10 points in the bag. Well done, mate. A good, solid 5th place.
Rob being as enthusiastic as always, but it is 10 points in the bag. We finished 20 seconds down on Alonso. So yeah, maybe like P4 or something would have been the highest we could have had. Well, or maybe at maximum P3 if we had a fast pit stop. But yeah, pretty pleased with that one. Although I'm not sure what it's gonna be like in terms of the contracts, because in the last episode I accidentally signed with Toro Rosso for season 2, and I accidentally renewed my contract. And I actually did a bit of research, and as far as I know, because I am locked in for season 2, all the other teams now think that I'm taken and won't offer me any contracts. Now, of course, we will also have the rival challenge. I'm not sure if I can maybe break that contract by beating my rival and getting an offer that way. I don't know, but it seems like I have put myself into a bit of a predicament here. Anyway, let's talk with David Croft.
Now, bringing the car home was your main objective for this race, and you succeeded in doing that. So are the team happy with how the weekend has gone?
Yeah, I think so. At least my engineer was happy, but no, indeed, it was just a goal to score points and to reach the finish line. We did have a couple of incidents, which was a bit of a shame, but yeah, I think we can be pretty happy with today's performance.
Now, you're well known for being a real racer, always happy to go wheel to wheel, no matter who they are or what they're driving. And you've shown that again this season. But are you happy with how it's been going so far?
Yeah, to be honest, I am. I think considering we are in the top 6 in the championship, I think that's all right within this team and higher than the expectation we had at the start of the season. So I think it's going well.
Are you satisfied that you've been able to maximise your race chances with your qualifying performances so far this year?
Well, to be honest, not really, because if you look at the qualifying results, the average qualifying position is definitely a lot better than the race position. So we seem to struggle a bit more in the races than in qualifying, but yeah, hopefully we're going to rectify that for the second half. So that's been it for round 11 of the F1 2010 career mode. Next time out it's going to be Budapest. I'll actually visit the track this year in real life for the F1 Grand Prix. So looking forward to that. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you for the next one. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.